Okay. I really enjoyed making that video last night about ranting about Destiny. So I figured I want to do it again. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to talk about Destiny again. Let's see. I'm going to talk about that raid story I was talking about. So, let me try to get some visuals. In the Taken King, the King's Fall. King's Fall. So, I never really was able to complete a raid. I never had a friend group that was good enough or likes that. Like, I had a friend group, but they weren't Destiny people. They were more so like we were playing Roblox, Minecraft, other games at that time. Like, I don't know. I don't even know how old I was. Like kids would do. They wouldn't play one game exclusively for the most part. But I was at this section, the threshold and at Oryx, where you actually confront Oryx and you actually like kill him. I was at this section. I remember this specific section. Um, so what happened was that I was in a team of like I don't even remember how I would meet these people, but I would always meet these people somehow. I think it was like I knew a guy who knew a guy, but it would always turn into like okay, I was always like a plus one because I was never really good at the game, in my opinion. But these people, um, it was like morning time. It was like around like 10, 11 a.m. So that's to give you a little like context for the time. And we were playing, and we were at the threshold. We were at the threshold right here. We were in here. Here, let me. Oh, so sorry about this. This is really, really scuffed. Did not have this prepared, but this. I was there at the threshold. We were. Do, no, it was at confronting Oryx right before like he came out and like was fighting. We tried that a couple times. We were at Oryx, and then we kept on failing. So eventually, like the squad was like, "All right, let's like huddle up, and let's have a game plan." I don't specifically remember a lot, but all I remember is that eventually it turned into a couple of them being like, "Yeah, I'm so sorry. I gotta go. I've got plans later today." Like one of them had like a wedding to attend. Another one had like a job they had to go to. So it's like, okay, I can understand that. I can understand leaving and going to your job, or like getting ready for a wedding or something. I wouldn't want to miss my friend, relative, whoever it may be's wedding for Destiny raid. You can replay the Destiny raid. You can't replay a wedding or birthday or anything like that. But you can replay this. So it's like, okay, we can always regroup later. But I specifically remember one of them was like, okay, I'm gonna go and take a shower. It's like, okay. So that person left. And then God, I wanna say like we tried again. I think we gave it another try, but with like less people. Obviously, it didn't work. We failed again. And then they were like, okay, we're all gonna just get off and sign and try again later. I was never reinvited. I think that I was holding them back and they replaced me because I was always replaced. Another raid story. What was it called? The Vault of Glass. Vault of Glass. That was one that I might have actually completed that one. That might have been one I actually completed. But there was one I specifically remember I would always get invited to at the end section. And my uncle. So there's a I'm gonna start with this story. There's a specific time when I was playing with my uncle, and we were at the Vault of Glass. It was me, my uncle, and then a bunch of randoms. Um, we were playing. We were all at a party, and then all of a sudden, I didn't notice, but like all of a sudden, my uncle got kicked from the party and team, and I didn't realize this, but my uncle then proceeded to call my mom. Well, yeah, they called my parents, and then they were like, I think White Tiger kicked me. Did they kick me? And then so then I was in the middle of the raid. Middle of the raid. My parents called me, so I had to go downstairs into the basement, and they were like, "Why did you kick your uncle from the game? Why'd you kick him?" My uncle was kicked? What do you mean he was kicked? I didn't kick him. So then I started like going into like getting into tears because I did not kick him. I I'm very family oriented. Fa- like my uncle is this might sound sad, but I don't give a shit. My uncle is still one of my closest teammates in gaming. I can call him and I know I have a reliable and d- I just have a reliable person that knows how to game in my back pocket. So like I'm gonna take advantage of that. Not a lot of people have family members that are gamers like that, so I take advantage of it. But I was crying. But back to the story. I was crying because like it was like I didn't kick him. What happened? And eventually, like we kept like I was like, what happened? And then they kicked. Eventually, learned that one of the members kicked him to replace him. Okay, typical. And then I don't remember exactly what happened, but I think shortly afterwards, like there was like two attempts we failed, and then I was kicked with no explanation, reasoning. No, they just kicked me, uh, without a word. And I hate this. I get embarrassed by this still, but there is this might this is unrelated. I thought this was a part of the raid story, but I'm just going to involve this because I think it's funny and you might get a laugh out of this, but occasionally when I was playing with my uncle on Destiny and I didn't want to play with him anymore and I was young. I didn't know how to really say like, okay, I think I'm all done. I think I'm gonna sign off for now. Give the game a break. Do something else. I didn't really know how to say that. to other people. I just kind of bye, signed off. So, um, there was this one time when I was playing Destiny with my uncle, and sorry, I just woke up, and we were doing something, and all of a sudden, I started telling my uncle, "Oh, I, I'm, I'm, I, I'm lagging. My internet is kicking me off. But but." And then I left or kicked him. I don't remember, one of the two. And I thought I played that off so smooth. I was like, okay. Because at the time my internet notorious. I was infamous in my friend group for like always lagging out and whatever. My internet was always so inconsistent. So like I thought I had that in the bag. I was like, okay. But no, he still occasionally to this day my uncle would be like, when would I have time when no, he won't be like that. He'll be like, "Oh, I'm lagging. I gotta go. Bye." No, I faked lagging out so that I could play with my friends. And I didn't make myself offline, so he was able to see me like stay online. um, which I'm still embarrassed about the story every to this day. Uh, but my mind is an enigma. The hidden mechanisms of my mind are an enigma. But I can't think of any more stories for now about Destiny or raids or I do have some fond memories of the what was it? It was a thing. Prison of Elders. That is it. I had to call my uncle because it was tip of my tongue. I just could not remember what it was called. Prison of Elders, Challenge of Elders. My God, I loved Prison of Elders so much. That was where all of my time went. I think in Destiny. If it wasn't that, um, one Cosmodrome raid I was talking about, strike, not raid, strike with the spider tank, and then the big purple orb thing. Um, I forgot what it was. Those enemies were called, but the purple eye guys. There was a big boss at the end of it. But it was on the Cosmodrome Destiny 1. I played Prison of Elders more than that strike. Um, but I don't really know how to finish my thoughts with this. I was kind of all over the place in this one. I just kind of wanted to do a little story time about some of my times in Destiny. I might do some more when I remember some more. I can't, I just thought of a story that I could record and tell about the thorn. I got the here's a little sneak peek. I got the thorn legit the original way by doing like the gambit the crucible challenges where you had to kill so many people with a weapon or something and it was notoriously difficult. I got the thorn before they got rid of like exotic weapon challenges. Like literally, I got it, and then the next day they did a patch, and they were like, okay, if you have the challenges for the thorn, you're just automatically gonna unlock the gun. Oh, by the way, we nerfed it into the ground, so yeah. What? So yeah, that's really about it for this one. I just really wanted to just kind of talk about some times I had in Destiny. This might have been all over the place. Didn't really have a direct like end goal, but I just kind of wanted. It was I enjoyed making the last video, so I just wanted to make another one of just telling more stories about me playing Destiny with my friends and uncle. Cause man, I'll it's I miss it. I miss play. I miss those days of playing Destiny for hours at end. Even if I just miss it. This is not. It's not another game that can scratch that looter shooter. I'm just repeating on what I said in the last video, but it it's there's not a gonna. I don't think. I think what makes Destiny, in my opinion, is the the grind of building your character up, starting from weak to going on and becoming strong. Um, just the designs of the armor and weapons were phenomenal. Um, the weapon gameplay, like the weapon play, was amazing. Like because it was Bungie and Activision at the time. Two two companies. You got the Halo company and the Call of Duty company. Two gun companies together. So like kind of hard to mess that up. But I don't yeah, no. I completely lost track of where I was going with that. But oh, the gameplay loop. The gunplay, just the designs of the weapons and armor, and this is gonna sound silly. The story, because notoriously Destiny 1 didn't really have a coherent story. You had to go to the Grimoire cards to learn the story. I remember specifically there was a thing at the Black Garden or whatever it was on Mars. The final main mission in the base game story in Destiny 1. There was a video Matt Pat made, Game Theory, about like, are are the Guardians the bad guys? Are we the bad guys? We're not the good. We're the bad guys. And I just specifically remember the rose in the shape of in the shape of a ghost, and then the Guardian like getting pricked by it, and then the ghost like saying something cryptic. But just like small stuff like that, just like kind of sits in my noggin. It stays up here. I still think about that from time to time. The I don't know. It just the Destiny 1 and its story, I guess, had a charm. And Destiny 2 also kind of brought back that charm a little bit with like Forsaken or whatever DLC it was where they killed off Cade 6. Rest in peace, my man. I think they brought him back though. I never played that DLC. But then they did the sunsetting. Hey, you know that DLC, you know that storyline you paid like $60 for? Yeah, we're just gonna remove that, and you're not gonna be able to play it. Um, you want to experience it? Go watch a YouTube. Go watch a YouTube video on it. Go watch a YouTube video. Um, I feel like sunsetting was one of the biggest flaws that just killed Destiny 2 for me. I think because Forsaken was so much fun to play. Like I would always replay the story missions for Forsaken, which I never really did for the Destiny 2 missions. I didn't never really played story missions over and over and over again. They weren't that fun like the first game. But Forsaken kind of got that Destiny charm back, and it was like, okay, I'm kind of just like elaborating on my last video now. It's a long video, but I don't care. Um, but Forsaken, it was like, okay, you guys got something good. You guys are okay. You guys are getting back on track. Destiny's back. Destiny may be back. And then I forgot what the next DLC was, and it was just like, oh, it was the Shadowfall or something. The Moon DLC they brought back. Eris Morn, the hunter with the three eyes. I don't really remember much about that, except for the collector's edition being dope as hell. You got that like red thing, like the buildings at the moon. Map, the design, the map designs and everything were amazing as well. Let me get that straight. The game, like the story building, like the story, no, not the story, the world building, the designs of like architecture, like it was all amazing. And like still there's Destiny was really only one of the game was still to this day one of the only games that has really made me go look at something huge in game and I go, whoa, that is huge. The last time I remember doing that was Resident Evil 9, I believe. Requiem. Uh I got to spoilers. I got to the spider. The giant enemy spider. And I was like, holy shit, that is fucking huge. Um, but like Destiny, like the I can't think of any specific examples, but like I just remember playing Destiny and always being like, whoa, like the sense of scaling was phenomenal. They were phenomenal at giving you a sense of scale, like making you feel small in comparison to Oryx or the Juggernaut or whatever. Um, I think this is it. I think this is gonna be it now. I'm, I've, I've, I've exhausted all of the thoughts I've had in my mind for the past like 30 minutes. So I'm gonna leave it here. If you guys enjoyed, I know the first video was a little quiet. Was a little quiet. You guys can really hear me. I was a little quiet, but you know. Um, so I increased the volume on this one. Hopefully it's better. Um, let me know how this.
Onward and upward!
Onward and upward indeed, Wonderflower. Um, anyways, this is gonna be it. This is done with Destiny story time. This is kind of all over the place. Um, I had one idea going in the beginning, and then it just kind of turned into like me just rambling on about Destiny more. um, but I don't know. I'm gonna leave it off here. Thank you for watching. Maybe look out for some more content soon. Maybe more gameplay, maybe more commentary like this. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna let you guys go.